hear the rain, and it sings to me the ballad of your name. I'm listening, and the voices echo in my dreams again.
Let the Alrighty, good evening. I am TV Ham. Welcome to the CSL Season 3 Semifinal number 2. It's going to be between Team Unrivaled's Picur and Outset Gaming's Synprime. It's going to be a ZVP. It's going to be for the privilege to play Baloo, and I don't really know how much of a privilege that is because Baloo has been an absolute monster this entire season in the CTL and especially the CSL, clearly, as he is already in the final, having defeated Rush 3-1 earlier. So tonight is going to be Synprime and Picur. ZVP, pretty two high-level guys. Picur was pretty much expected to be here. Synprime, I mean, he talked a lot of game early on. Talked about how he was going to be in the final, and I didn't believe him. I had no problem. Like I felt like I would beat him pretty easily. I don't think I ever got to play Synprime throughout this, but he really surprised me. I did not expect him to get this far, and he's definitely proved me wrong so far. This is going to be a best of 5 series, going to be starting on Bridgehead. Going to go ahead and get into game number 1 here, and spawning in the left side. I always do that. On the left side here of this map, in purple from Team Unrivaled Zerg player, is Picur. And his opponent in the right, on the right side, screwed this up no less than 3 seconds ago. His opponent, our Protoss player in blue from Outset Gaming. This is Synprime. So Bridgehead is an interesting map. These back rocks are such an annoyance, especially in a ZVP. Early on in this map's livelihood, we saw a lot of proxy hatcheries, spine crawler rushes, going just straight for these rocks, but it's looking like Picur he's not going to not be aggressive. This is definitely going to be a 10 pool to start off with. Curiosity is going to be if he's going to go for gas and see how much further he will push this. Synprime, he does put his first pylon in place next to the rocks rather than somewhere back here a little bit further where it would take 2 buildings to wall off. So he will be able to wall off with just a single building if he wants to do that, or leaving just a little hex next to these rocks by putting his gateway in a nice location. He's about to do so, so we'll see what he would decide to do. And there is a little bit of a hole there, so this early pool and gas play from Picur it's got an opportunity to do a whole lot of damage. That is a possibility. He's only putting 2 in gas. Is there going to be a third? Doesn't seem to be a third one, so he's not going for a super fast speed. So speed is not the really important part of this build, it seems. There we go, 3 lings, or 3 pairs of lings pop up immediately into the production tab as soon as that pool finishes. They're going to be running across the map pretty quickly here. Actually, Synprime, he's going to walk in here and he's going to see this. Actually, he probably is going to cross these lings. Yes, he does. So he sees those lings popping out, and he does see the gases over here as well. Synprime, actually, he forgot this pylon. This pylon's really late. That actually means he is supply blocked right now, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. And actually, he's going to go ahead and kill his own probe to get out of the supply block. So this Zealot is actually going to be able to come out. So probe sacrifice to be able to get out the Zealot a little bit quicker, but I mean 6 lings are already almost across the map. We do have speed on the way now, and Picur has pulled out of gas completely. So, and Synprime over here being able to see all this happening, he knows that's there. And well, his lings are going to be picking away here a little bit, but Zealot does pop out, kills one of those lings, and so far all they have done is get a little bit of shield damage. And they can pop up here and start going off this pylon or the rocks if they wanted to. Looks like he's a little bit content to use his APM elsewhere at the moment. He's got a couple more. There's 6 more lings coming across. Actually, the Zealot getting out of position here, gonna get surrounded, and he's gonna lose. he does lose 1 ling, but 1 ling for his Zealot it's a pretty darn good trade. Actually, it was 2 lings, but still, only 2 kills in that. It means that this gateway is definitely gonna go down. There is a couple of photon cannons coming behind this. Synprime does need to finish this wall off because, and he goes. Gateway does go down, so that means there's no more production capabilities right now for our Protoss player, which, needless to say, kind of sucks for him. Behind there's not too much going on back home. Hopefully he sees Picur expand soon. He doesn't really have the money to do that. He's been focusing on getting a lot of lings. That's actually a pretty heavy number of lings. Ken does finish up, but not before another pylon goes down. Ken does get 1 ling kill there, so congrats, Ken, you got a ling kill. So proud. We do see a drone going on out into the natural base, so Picur's going to go ahead and take that. He's going to go back to gas sometime soon. I would expect to see that, whether he wants to go just for roaches or lair. And he's going to be annoying, start picking up these rocks, which Synprime doesn't realize just yet. There he goes. He does realize that that is a possibility. Goes back to check those. Motion Core is out now, so he can send that back to shoo these lings away, but this is definitely an annoyance right now for our Protoss player trying to deal with this. Motion Core just going to shoo these lings away as she is wont to do. Cannon being built back here. Nothing that Synprime really wants to be doing right now. Right now he wants to be putting down a Nexus. And he just can't do it. He's still trying to rebuild his infrastructure even. Which kind of sucks for him. And Overlord scouting out, just making sure there isn't really a super fast Twilight Council or anything like that just yet. But being pushed away by the Sentry. And the Sentry might kill this off. It's a possibility. Might have to actually micro that a little bit. It should get the kill here. Should get the kill here. Barely 17 health, 11 health on it, 5, and there it goes. All right. Good job, Sentry. You did your job. So proud. There is, however, a Roach Warren down already for our Zerg player Picur, so, and he's even going into his lair, so he's going to be pretty safe against pretty much anything that Synprime can possibly throw at him for a while. The worker count wasn't really in favor of Picur by a lot or anything, considering how this game started. I mean, this hatchery is really late in all, for all intents and purposes, but Synprime not able to get down his own Nexus. I mean, his own Nexus is barely 50% finished, and we do have a hatchery here now for Picur. So he's got to start shooting up in that economic lead pretty quickly. Only 2 gases so far for Zerg players. He's actually getting a third one as well. We do see a Twilight Council for Synprime. Could be for the Hail Mary play of going for a DT Shrine. It's going to be really hard to do really anything tech related for our Protoss player. I mean, he's still sitting on just 2 gases mining. He doesn't really have the probes to spare to actually go mine these next 2 gases once this Nexus does finish. You can see him, he's not even actually making probes right now. There is the DT Shrine. He has stopped making probes. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, but there we go. 2 more probes coming up. So he will get back into that worker production, try and catch up to his opponent. We do see 6 roaches already on the way. We do have the roach speed on the way as well. So Picur is sitting in a pretty good position right now, and he does have an Overseer on the way as well. So the Overseer is probably going to pop in. We'll scout this DT Shrine. And actually, these Lings have been doing a really good job running around the map, looking for any sort of proxy pylon. There was a probe on the map at one point. I'm not sure whatever happened to it. I assume it probably got killed off by a Queen or some Lings that were already on the map. And there we go. Picur does see the DT Shrine. He clicks on the Twilight Council and the DT Shrine both, so he does know that those are there. A couple Spore Crawlers coming down in his main and natural base just for safety, even though there's a lot of roaches out, and all of them are moving down to these rocks in the natural base. There's a single cannon here to defend, but that's not really going to be a whole lot of help. 2 sentries, 3 stalkers. Are there any DT's going to be warped in right now? He doesn't really have too much gas. I think he has gas for 2 or 3. It's about it. He's actually moving out on the map right now, and he's got no idea that this army is down here. He's got a Robo finishing up, but crowing out Immortals right now is it's not going to be the greatest of things for him. And now the rocks are going to start going down. There we go. Picur just needs to back up a little bit. Actually, he sees this army on the map, and I think he just wants to come back and surround this and deal with him. There's only 2 sentries, and the probe is... Well, the probe's just trying to find a way to... 1 sentry goes down already. And the 2nd sentry goes down. So now there's just 3 stalkers out on the map that are going to die. And that's all there is to die at. Robo coming up as well. Actually, the Stalker doing a pretty good job of drawing this entire army back for Picur. Picur really didn't need to do that. I mean, he had roaches that were popping out, reinforcing that he could have just dealt with that pretty easily with those, and he continued his little attack on the front here. Now Synprime, he's starting to get some Immortals up, and of course Immortals do really well against roaches, but it's a pretty hefty number of roaches, all things considered. We do have 3 DTs. Actually warped into a really nice spot. I love that warp in there for Synprime. So he's able to defend this area of his base. There is an Overseer somewhere close. There it is. There's the Overseer. The Overseer is nearby. Actually, another one even being morphed in over here. A couple of DTs do stay back home to help defend, but one of them does go out, looking to get some damage done, but with a Spore Caller and actually some roaches back here for Picur. So Picur is just playing this very, very smart. There's no reason to get hyper aggressive. There's just no reason to do it. There's a cannon here. There's a couple of DTs. DTs are going to go down real quick there. Absolutely no problem. And now there's 3 Stalkers, and there's probably 2 Immortals. There's 1 Immortal. Gonna be a Colossus pretty soon. That's nice. Actually, this Nexus is gonna go down without too much of a fight. And actually, Synprime breaking this 1 DT back home, but with 2 Overseers in the air, no real way to snipe that without blink. It's not like Synprime can just pop underneath that and take that out. But there we go. We do see the GG from Synprime, so Picur will go up 1 game to 0, and that's not the secondary I wanted. There we go. I was right the first time. I second guessed my hotkeys momentarily. Right. So game number 2 is going to be on Iron Fortress. What am I doing? I decided I want to watch this replay with others, even though I have no others to watch it with. That's okay, I guess. My dog's getting all antsy underneath me here. So pretty lopsided. That was a pretty, I guess you could say, bad start for Synprime. He made the best of it that he could. He made some good decisions. I mean, killing that probe to unsupply block himself, so he was able to actually do something, was really nice. But obviously, just not nearly enough to deal with what was going on in that game. Especially losing the gateway, even some pylons, and the Zealot too. I think losing the Zealot was probably the biggest deal. So if he's able to keep that alive and kind of dance around with the Zerglings, he can get a second Zealot out, maybe push that away a lot easier. And then the Militia Corps actually shows up and is able to deal with the rocks. Then he's fine out front, doesn't lose the gateway, he's able to expand a lot quicker, but none of those things really happened last game. But we are in game number 2 here, spawning in the bottom right side of Iron Fortress in purple from Team Unrivaled. This is Picur. And his opponent in the top right in blue from Outside Gaming, our Protoss player. This is Synprime. So 1-0 lead here in the series for Picur. I mean, best of 5 series, losing a single in the first map, it can be a little bit demoralizing, but it's not the end of the world. Clearly, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot more that can happen in a series like this, especially maybe that map isn't exactly the most favorite of maps for a PvZ. And once again, we see this early pool in gas out of Picur, so there might be something in Synprime's play where he realizes that early pool, especially early pool with speed, can work out for him really, really well. So he's gonna have, I think he's gonna have speed, maybe a little bit quicker here in this game. Once again, it's just two in the gas. There we go, 3rd in the gas. So slight variation. Obviously, this is a much larger map. He's not going to get the freebie. I walk across the map and know where we are. I mean, things should just not going in Synprime's way. And this first overlord is going to scout. He's going to find out where Synprime is really, really quickly in Synprime. There's no wall up front, so any lings that do decide to move across the map are going to just walk up freely and have reign over this mineral line. Cybercore will finish up pretty quickly, so he's going to be able to have a Militia Corps out and a Stalker if he wanted that. And there is this nice little wall on this side, so he can, if necessary, use that to his advantage as much as he possibly can. But speed on the way already. Already have 4 lings on the map, 2 more on the way as well. Actually, 4 more on the way. There's 2 more going to be joining a little bit later. And there we go. Picur does know where his opponent is in Synprime. He's going to be joining me down his next pylon at the low ground here. And actually, I think Picur realizing that there's no actual wall off, I think he wants to back off a little bit, let some more lings get out. Actually going for a Bailey nest, so he's just going for a really quick bust. And I think this probe maybe have passed a couple of those lings. It sees another pair. He's going to see that there's no expansion, obviously, and there he's going to see more drones and gas, see the baleen nest, and this is all kinds of bad right now for Synprime. Synprime's going to be able to, he's got the mushroom, of course, that's nice. He can kind of deal with it a little bit, but he's going to lose a pylon. He's going to lose his forge down here. That forge, well, I guess it can finish. He may be able to wall off, but he needs to wall off now. The more time he's letting Lings trickle in, the worse for him. He isn't going to wall off, so that's nice. And he's going to walling off with the forge alive. There are quite a few number of Lings up here, and they do just now have speed. As you can try to get on top of this sentry, does kill that off, so that's dead. Now he's going to be going after some probes here. Is there a cannon building? Not just yet. He's actually one cannon is building over here on the right side, but that's not going to finish. No way. That's not finishing. So actually, even with this cannon, I don't know why Picur's even bothering making these banelings right now, because he could just bust through this pretty quickly with just Lings if he wanted to do that. But he's deciding to go for the bust. There he goes, bust down all of those pylons on the left side. He still has one bane left over, but that's going to get killed off by a sentry. Nice force field. So this is just going to, more or less, this is just taking more time for Picur. He's just getting delayed a little bit longer. Just kind of waiting for the actual death knell to happen completely here. More banelings being morphed over here. More and more Lings. There we go. There goes the GG from Synprime. And he will tap out here. And Picur will take a 2-0 lead here in this series. So, very quickly, Synprime is going to be down to his last life. So sad for him. I mean, with the way the CSL works, all the maps are chosen before the series even starts. So the players do their vetoes, and then they go through the map picks. So it's not like Synprime could have really planned for this and picked his best possible map for game number 3. The map, by the way, is going to be Coda. So we'll have to see how Synprime, if he's going to be able to pull this back or not. Try to make this a bit of more of a series. I mean, Picur's no slouch, and he's pretty well rolled through the CSL this entire season. Obviously, Synprime has made it here, so let's see if he's going to be able to bring something back, make this a bit more of a series than it is currently. Picur obviously up 2-0 here in this best of 5, and we are into our final, well, not final, possibly final, that's the word I needed, possibly final map here. On Goda, spawning in the bottom right in purple from Team Unrivaled, this is Picur. And down 0-2 in this series, needing a win to keep it going. Our blue protest player from Outset Gaming is Synprime. So Synprime's not gonna make that same mistake. He is gonna make that pylon. Not gonna deal with that again. He's gonna at least have a wall off at his natural, that secondary wall. Have something at this ramp, and then you can have more at this ramp to wall off. But hey, Picur hasn't made a pool yet. We're up to 12 supply and there's no pool. It's crazy. Right? I mean, it's like he can't just throw a pool down on 12 right now. Is this larva not being used for anything? Alright, it's going to be a 12 pool. So, early pool. That's Picur's love affair right now. There we go. 12 pool. Is he going to throw down the gas? I gotta assume he's going to throw down the gas. Whether or not he's going to go for a bust again or just go for more speedlings. Obviously, the bust worked pretty well last game simply because there was no possible wall off. I mean, Synprime played it pretty well, and this game he's going to have the benefit of scouting a whole lot earlier. The last game on Iron Fortress, Synprime actually went to every other base until he was able to actually find Picur, and wisely just gonna bug one of these drones here, take it down a little bit of life, force Picur to respond to that and shoo him away. And it's like, once again, obviously Synprime's going to want to stick around with this probe as long as he possibly can, see exactly where all this gas is going. Is it going to be another bane nest again? Is it just going to be speed? What exactly am I facing? We do have a gateway actually finished, and this wall pretty much finished, but I think this pylon may have been a little bit late, actually. Actually, still nothing being built out of this gateway, so I guess Synprime is feeling decently okay against this. We go finally seeing a Zealot come out. Cybercore about halfway finished, realizing he doesn't need that Zealot immediately, but hey, that's a Roach Warren. So it's not going to be speed. So 3 different games, 3 early pool builds that were completely different. This is, oh, is that Burrow even? Holy crap, this is the most annoying play Picur could deal with, because even if the Roaches don't do, game any damage or anything like that, they can stick around. And Synprime will go see this. He can stick around, deny this natural, and then burrow something underneath it. That is such a pain. And actually, Synprime didn't scout the Roach Warren. I mean, he did scout that there were still drones in the gas. He may or may not have seen that the spawning pool wasn't researching speed. Not sure. But he did see the Roach Warren. He did see Roaches pop. So he doesn't know that's the thing. He's sending another probe out. That probe is going to eventually figure out that this is Roaches coming his way, but it's not going to figure that out until it's at the... he's going to knock us anyway. Never mind. He's looking to proxy a pilot? No, he's going to turn back. So he's still going to scout this eventually. Is he just looking? Is he just looking around? What is going on? Is this probe just going to be the worst probe ever and just miss everything by... Yep. There we go. 2 Roaches walking in. There is a motion core. The motion core doesn't quite have energy for an overcharge. This Nexus will finish up pretty quickly, but all we have is a Zealot and a Sentry. Forceful does go down, but Roaches, benefit of range, they can kind of take out that Zealot before it's able to do really anything. And other Roaches are going to start going to town on, well, pretty much everything. Motion core is going to have an overcharge here in a couple of seconds, but the thing is, it's got 1. Doesn't have more than 1. He can't forceful. Oh my god, the burrow! Oh, the burrow play. This is so annoying. And Picur, he's dancing. He's dancing with burrow. Maybe getting a little too cocky. It's a little unnecessary there. He's in a really good spot. Let's not be unrealistic. He's in a good spot, but right now he's got 5 drones trapped up here, waiting for this overcharge. And there is a cannon building. This cannon will eventually have vision, I would assume, on these 3 and maybe this one as well. I don't think it's going to have vision on this last one, but there's still 4 Roaches down in the natural base. There's a handful of wings as well, and more Roaches running across the map. Another force shield does go down here for Synprime. Cannon finishes up, Roaches pop up as well. Roaches realizing the cannon was coming. They're just going to retreat back and help out with their friends at the ramp. The overcharge has run out, so now there's nothing but a cannon here. And Synprime, I mean, he's not going to GG. He's got to find... He's going to try and do everything he possibly can, down to the last possible unit. He's got Immortals coming, which is nice, but a single Immortal against... What is this? 10 Roaches? 16 Roaches. Obviously, a lot of those are still walking across the map, but Lings do finish off the Nexus in the natural base. Roaches walking into this cannon here. If they go for the pylon, Immortals aren't going to get out. That poor Immortal. Now there's nothing but some probes and the Mothership Core. And hey, eventually the Mothership Core can kill everything, but it'll probably take about an hour and a half. Well, Synprime, well, he's gonna do the honorable thing and run across the map with his probes and try to get some things done here. He can't quite believe it. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Picur did this exact play against me in the round of 16. I think it was either him and Baloo, one of the two. I had one of these crazy Zergs in my group that did a quick burrow rush against me in the ZVZ. And it worked pretty much as well as this is working right now. And Picur taking the time to dance those Roaches and Lings and doing it again. Motion Core. Yeah, the Motion Core has 4 kills, man. It's getting up there. And these probes. Well, probes are going to be dancing around too. There we go. GG from Synprime. And that is actually going to do it here for this series and for the semifinals. So congrats to Picur. Picur will be moving on to play Baloo as my dog. Let's go this way. Is chewing on his butt. Hey. Yeah, stop it. He's gross. He's a gross animal. What can I say? That is going to do it for this series here. So we'll be Picur and Baloo, a ZVZ for the CSL Season number 3 final, which will be coming to a theater near you probably before Star Wars comes out. go with that. Let's go with that. And this is the best background imagery I could possibly hope for right now. Is my dog trying to burrow underneath my covers. It's great. It's awesome. Good job, buddy. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for us here. Us, myself. There's been a lot of people who helped out with CSL this season. Kind of down towards the end. I think I talked about this last cast, last cast is just everybody went back to school. Lots of people went back to school and just didn't have time. That's a lot smarter than what a lot of people do. So I have no issues with that happening. But we will be getting our finals done as soon as we possibly can. It's gonna be Blue versus Picur, ZVZ, as I said a few times. Actually, both of these guys are in Masters now. They qualified as Diamond. I think Picur actually qualified in one of the first few qualifiers for Season 3. And I think that night after he qualified, he ended up promoting to Masters. And Blue promoted sometime in the middle of this season. So both of those players have been in Masters for a little while. But by virtue of qualifying as Diamond, they are still in the CSL and they're in the finals. Which is, that's kind of honestly the hope. You want to see Diamond players starting out for the CSL, and then eventually as it goes on, you're going to get the best of those Diamonds, and a lot of the times they're going to promote to Masters because they're active online. So congrats to those guys. And of course, congrats to our other semifinalists, Rush and Synprime. Both those guys kind of coming out of nowhere. I don't think really, most people didn't really expect them to get to the semis. Round of eight was pretty expected out of those guys. But getting to the semis is a bit further than a lot of people did expect them to go. So congrats to those guys. But final is going to be as soon as it possibly can. Picur versus Blue. Thanks for watching tonight. Once again, I'm TB Ham. If we're interested more in the CT, I'll go to ChoboTeamLeague.com. You can find all kinds of information there. Bronze through Diamond Team League. And this is just an offshoot individual tournament of it. And we're coming up to our finals here for Season 3. And yeah, it's going to be it tonight. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Trademark, etc. Bye.
and touch the sky. A star's light shines on long after it dies. Oh, in the night, I live every day as if it's your last. All memories been bright like beacons of the past. Oh, in the night, now we race against the sun. Now we race against the Now we race against the sun. Now we race against the race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Ooh. I always seem to make the same mistakes. Too quick to fall, too fast to push away, away. I miss the warmth of your touch and your embrace. No one ever made me feel so safe, so safe. Slow down, don't forget me now. I don't wanna fade out of your memory, your memory. Hold up, I know I had my doubts. rewriting history. When will I learn? I learn. I miss the